Jacksonville 24, Houston 21. The final. Jacksonville gets a win, putting them 2 games ahead of Houston. Ties the season series up at 1-1. Jacksonville's 8-3. Houston is 6-5. But this game was really crazy, especially the end of it. So let's just hop right into the scoring by quarter. So if we take a look at this scoring by quarter, it's very interesting to look at. So at the end of one, it was 3-0 Jacksonville. Then it was 13-7 Jacksonville. At this point, halftime, that's still a really close game, and it would stay that way all the way through. So Houston would get a touchdown to take a lead 14-13. Jacksonville will get a touchdown on a 2-point conversion in order to go up by 7. Then Jacksonville would respond. Then Houston would respond. Touchdown. Jacksonville will get 3. And then you don't see it in the scoring by quarter because they didn't score. Houston went on one final drive. Josh Allen got a huge sack, which set them back. They ended up having to kick a 58-yard field goal, and he missed it off the crossbar. So 24-21, the final. But I made a game preview for this game, and I had 3 win conditions for each team. So I'm going to go ahead and move over to that screen. Take a look at these win conditions. I said for the Jaguars to win, they had to pressure Stroud. They got 4 sacks, and they won. I said T-Law had to match Stroud. You see on the left is T-Law, on the right is Stroud. We'll look at the full comparison in a minute here, but T-Law was very similar to Stroud. The rating definitely was Stroud. Stroud, I say, played a little bit better, but you can never exactly match someone. And I think T-Law played really similar. They win the turnover battle, they won 3-2. Now, if we look at the Texans side, I said the Texans had to force turnovers. They got 2, but they lost the turnover battle. CJ Stroud had to have a big day. He did have a big day, but it was very similar to Trevor Lawrence. So that kind of, cancels it out a little bit. But he still, he had a decent day. 304 yards. 300 yards. That's good. Don't get me wrong. That's good, but that's not a big day for CJ Stroud wise. And get the run going. This is the big one. They had 32 yards and no touchdowns with the running backs. Their 2 running backs, Dameon Pierce and what's the other guy's name? Devin Singletary. Some fan pointed it out for me. I really appreciate that. I was saying Dameon Pierce is the starter. He is not the starter. Devin Singletary is the starter. Singletary got 18 yards. Pierce got 14. But overall, you can clearly see the goals that I set out. Jacksonville achieved theirs a lot better than the Texans did. This isn't like black and white, obviously, but Jacksonville definitely achieved theirs more than the Texans did. The big thing is 4 sacks, and that is 4 sacks for 47 yards. They lost 47 yards on those 4 sacks. That is just absolutely monumental. It completely changed the game. On that last drive, they got a sack that changed the game. The Texans likely would have made that field goal. They didn't get that sack because it would have been a little less than 58 yards. So let's dive in deeper to this quarterback comparison now. If we take a look at the stats, Trevor Lawrence went 23 of 38 for 364, 1-1 with a rating of 90.2. CJ Stroud went 26 of 36, 304, 2-0 with a rating of 106.0. Key stat here, sacked 0 times and sacked 4 times. Those sacks absolutely changed the outcome of the game. And if you remember, if you actually watched that video, which you might have done because right now it's the most popular video on my channel, CJ Stroud, I said Josh Allen. They need to use Josh Allen to get to CJ Stroud. Josh Allen had 2.5 sacks of the 4. So Josh Allen got a majority of the sacks. But that shows for the Jaguars, when they use their best players, they win games. When Trevor Lawrence, one of their best players, has a really good day, they win games. And they won this game. But really, as much as it was such a hyped up matchup between Trevor Lawrence and CJ Stroud, it was the defenses and the turnovers and the sacks that really changed this game. The Texans, they had a turnover on downs. In the second half, I believe. Yeah, in the second half. In the fourth quarter, they had a turnover on downs, 4th and 1. It was an incomplete pass to Dalton Schultz, and the Jaguars responded with a missed field goal. If they make that field goal, that makes it a 3-score game, and they missed the field goal. That let C.J. Stroud and the Texans right back into the game with a touchdown. The Jaguars had to punt, but then the Jaguars' defense came in clutch with a sack, which led to a missed 58-yard field goal, and then the Jags knelt it out. But this game, the story of this game is clearly going to be the sacks. The pressure they got on CJ Stroud is going to be the story of this game. And for the Texans, they're now 6-5. The Jags at this point, they have complete control over the division. If they can just not choke it, they'll be fine. If the Texans want a shot at winning the division, they have to win out from here. I mean, it's pretty clear. They have to win out from here. And if we look at their schedule remaining, they have the Broncos next week, which is tough. Then they have the Jets, Titans, Browns, Titans, and Colts. Those should all be wins. But that Broncos game, if they drop that game, I don't think they can win. That's gonna be a huge game for both teams next week. But if we take a look at the rest of the Jags schedule, theirs is almost just as easy. They have Bengals, Browns, Ravens, which is their toughest game, really their only tough game, and then Bucks, Panthers, and Titans. So I don't see a world where the Texans get this division back. I don't even think the Jags are going to drop 2 more games. This just shows you what happens when you have 2 electric quarterbacks playing each other. That a lot of times you need to not focus so much on the QB battle because both the quarterbacks are going to be good. There's a small chance that both those quarterbacks are going to be bad, like Eagles and Bills, Hurts and Allen. Allen does a lot of turnovers, but Eagles, Chiefs, Hurts and Mahomes, right? That game was also decided by defenses. That's the point I'm going to leave you on for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Comment down below what you think of my analysis, what you think I should do better, and if there's anything else you want to see on this channel. Again, a like and a subscription, both completely free. I would really appreciate it a lot because it does make my day when I see those numbers go up. Making videos is fun. That's also really fun too. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and I hope you have a blessed day.